All right, and here we go. We have a boxing event coming up in the super lightweight division. Kevin "Thunderstorm" Johnson and Larry Gomez, and both fighters age 26. 5'10" is Kevin Johnson, so he definitely has the height advantage. And of course, undefeated 8-0 is Larry Gomez. So let's see what happens here. Boxing action from the Fight Dome, folks. Get ready for the sweet science. Let's send it up to the voice of the Fight Dome, Garrett Fertig.
Final Fight Championship now presents the sweet science of professional boxing in the super lightweight division. Introducing first the blue corner, Larry Gomez. And now introducing his opponent out of the red corner, Kevin Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, Final Fight Championship now presents the sweet science of professional boxing. This bout scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Introducing first, representing Hidden Valley Boxing and fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the brown trunks, trimmed in gold. He holds an unblemished record of 8 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 143.8 pounds. Fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah, introducing Larry "Hit Him Hard" Gomez. And now introducing his opponent, representing Mayweather Boxing and boxing out of the red corner. He wears the blue trunks, trimmed in black and silver. He holds a professional record of 6 wins with only 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 144.6 pounds. Boxing out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Detroit, Michigan, introducing Kevin "Thunderstorm" Johnson.
Here we go.
Your referee, Tony Weeks.
Okay, gentlemen, you both receive your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, we got a wide hag band here. On this is good, right on the band, okay? This is good right here. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Let's go is right. You just heard from the legendary Tony Weeks giving the fighters some last-minute instructions here before we begin round number 1. Once again, a super lightweight contest between Larry Gomez and Kevin Johnson. And we are underway. Johnson in the blue trunks, Gomez in the brown with gold trim trunks. This should be a doozy, folks. I cannot wait for this one. The crowd is obviously anticipating this fight. Both fighters matched up quite well for this one, and I think we're going to see some fireworks here tonight.
Gomez is out of Salt Lake City, which is at a higher altitude than Las Vegas. The later rounds should go in his favor. I've trained out there for big fights. It's a great place to go out there and get those extra red blood cells. And wow, it looks like there's a reason he's undefeated too. He's very crisp. His eyes are open the whole time. He's very tight. He's ready at any time. Johnson doing a good job of moving the head off center.
And just so you know, all of Gomez's pro fights have ended in knockout except one, which was won by a unanimous decision, and that was back in May of 2018. So he is definitely a knockout artist. And he said to us, and there you go, with a nice 1-2 right there. He said to us yesterday, he is coming for the knockout tonight at the Fight Dome.
Well, when you do a feint, it's to get a reaction, and when you get the reaction, you got to do something about it. And Gomez is getting a reaction, and then he's acting on it, which is very impressive. Look at this. It's a lot of people go out there and feint for days and throw nothing. You see Gomez throw a feint and come right away. As soon as he sees a little bit of reaction, he jumps on it. We're a little bit, I think, halfway into the round.
What you got? Time. Over there.
Is this a mouthpiece situation? I believe it is. I do not believe there is a mouthpiece inside of Kevin Johnson's mouth at the moment, so they're getting him a mouthpiece.
There we go.
You're not allowed to really tell the ref that you don't have your mouthpiece. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if it was knocked out.
Timing, let's go.
When he had it. I mean, honestly, if my son was out there fighting, I would want Tony out there as his referee. He's a great man, but there's no timeout in fighting. Period.
And there's no crying either.
Wow.
I just want to let you know right now how heavy-handed Mr. Gomez is. Larry Gomez definitely has both hands, if you will, his left and his right, quite heavy. And we actually shook hands, and then, of course, he kind of threw a little jab at my shoulder. And to be honest with you, I think I had to go to the hospital almost as a result of it. And he was just joking around. So Gomez is no joke. But, you know, speaking of no joke, Kevin Johnson is also no joke, the thunderstorm, and he is lightning quick, and so he is going to use that jab to his advantage here against Gomez. So let's see, and they're right there on cue, popping it off.
He's getting away with staying real low like that, and if Gomez accidentally hits him to the back of the head, it's kind of like his fault. I mean, I don't know how you can stay so low so long, but he gets away with it because he's so quick, and he's not just staying down there and waiting to get hit on. He's attacking forward. 10 seconds left in this round.
That's right, 10 seconds to go now. Let's see exactly what happens. Johnson trying to work off that jab as we close this round. A looping right hand there. Is of course wild and missed by Gomez, but that just gives you an example of the way Gomez just goes for broke in every single round.
Well, he went and he feinted right there from Johnson's attempt. The bell rang, but as you saw, he was so poised and ready to strike back. If there was an opening, he would have taken it. Wow, it's a pleasure to watch both of these young men fight. Gomez is something else, and so is Johnson, and we are the ones that get to check it out.
Exactly, and let's take a look back at some of the action from that very first round here between Gomez and Johnson. As you see, Gomez coming forward here, and a little off balance is Johnson, but nothing landed cleanly, if you will, in that particular exchange. But then again, Gomez is, like I said before, one heavy-handed cat.
You can see that he's heavy too, because he's throwing feints out there, and he gets a reaction out of Johnson because Johnson has to respect his power.
Exactly, and you're absolutely right. Even on a feint, of course, you see some of the movement there, a little puzzling, and if you will,
beautiful head movement there by Johnson.
Exactly, but he's definitely aware, and you know, he's thinking about it. He's even a little puzzled, if you will, is Johnson.
Some of those hooks now. I think Gomez is catching on that Johnson's staying low.
Oh, wow! There's a 1-2 right there that landed relatively cleanly from our vantage point. So,
in boxing, you don't see too many lead hooks land, especially when you got two orthodox fighters like you're watching right now. And Gomez is so ready that he threw that. Oh, wow, beautiful cross.
Johnson is picking up right now. He has a really quick left jab, if you will, that sets up that nice overhand right. He fires that jab upstairs and downstairs at breakneck speed, as you had just seen there, and opponents do find it to be incredibly frustrating.
When Johnson's going to the body, he's bending his knees. He's changing the level of his body, which is really smart. A lot of people just throw it down low, and that's how they get clipped. Johnson's doing everything right. You can see the body punches, just like you said. He changed his whole level, using the shoulder to protect his chin. But a second ago, you heard Tony say, watch the back of the head. I don't know, though, if Johnson's staying down there and bobbing and weaving. It's definitely not on purpose,
right? But
it's a fight.
Absolutely, and that shoulder roll, if you will, a Mayweather fixture. And, of course, he is training at the Mayweather Boxing Club here in Viva, Las Vegas, is Kevin Johnson, who is in the blue trunks, of course, and then brown trunks belong to Larry Gomez.
You know, we're so lucky there's no shots to the back of the head. we're coming up on the last minute of this round, and it would be so much different if you could hit somebody back there. It would change game plans and everything. Wow. Both these guys throwing punches and punches.
1 minute. 1 minute left here in this second round.
We see the feints from Gomez.
Yeah, he wants to come forward. And he's certainly looking for an opportunity to close that distance and do so.
Wow.
As you can see right here, wow.
Guys,
A nice right hand landed cleanly there with Johnson up against the ropes. Of course, he blocked a couple of those punches, but then 8-1 cleanly.
we can feel the, I mean, when you hear it, guys, we can feel it right here, sitting ringside. This is definitely some power, and look at that. Johnson's not taking it and backing up. He's coming forward right now with his own.
Oh, it's getting good now. The volume has increased here in this second round between Johnson and Gomez. It's starting to get interesting. Johnson going back to the jab now.
This is the best boxing match that we've had yet here in the Fight Dome. And it's only the second round.
Exactly, only the second round, and we have 6 3-minute rounds to be exact. But round 2, of course, now is in the books. Round 3 will be coming up shortly, and just like I said at the very end of that round, the action and the volume of punching, if you will, started to pick up. So it'll be very interesting to see exactly what type of pace we are going to witness here from both fighters in this third round. And also, let's take a look right now at a replay, but as I was going to say, and also let's just see right now just how much Larry Gomez is going to come forward with those looping overhand rights, because right now he wants to get one in, land it cleanly, because like I told you, he's going for the knockout.
Well, Johnson knows that Johnson's volume came up in this round a lot. And I think that could end up hurting him a little bit if he's not used to that, because Gomez is coming from altitude. He's ready for this.
It's a very good point. And now Tony Weeks is looking at both fighters as we begin this third round here at the Fight Dome at Caesars Entertainment, Las Vegas.
Wow. Now, I really like that Johnson's throwing that high jab from a low position, because it kind of keeps him protected as long as he doesn't get clipped with like that overhand.
Exactly, yeah. Left himself open for that one, but he's popping that jab now.
Now, if Johnson didn't prepare for this volume of punches so early in a 6-round fight, he could start to wear, and that could be one of Gomez's strong points. Oh my God!
Stop. Watch it. What's it lifting me?
There is a welt, by the way, that is underneath the right eye of Larry Gomez already here in this third round. I think you can see it right here on your screen. It's starting to puff up, if you will. So that just goes to show you that Gomez isn't the only one with power in this puppy. Johnson's also bringing the thunderstorm, hence his nickname.
Gomez is picking up this round, and Johnson is now picking it up. But for a second there, he was letting Larry catch his own rhythm, which is dangerous. Wow. If I'm quiet a little bit during this fight, it's because it's beautiful to watch.
Yes, it is. This is the sweet science, and so far this one has been absolutely, positively sweet.
This is a sweet violence. This is amazing. Both of these guys are showing technique out there and power.
Oh!
How are they both standing? They both got caught there.
Yes, that was a nice left that landed cleanly there from Johnson to Gomez, but didn't seem to fail. Another left right there, sneaking into the side of that eye where the welt is, that right eye.
I choreograph fights for TV, and you can't choreograph something like this. You can't. It's hard to tell people, oh, you would stand in the pocket. He would hit you as hard as he can, and you would stay standing.
It's a good point.
I can't believe these guys.
Yeah, they said they were going to put on a show here for us tonight, and they're so far not disappointing at all.
Don't hold him.
Gomez is fighting for a lot, too, for his father, for everything. And you can see it. He's coming forward the whole time. Wow, nice step back overhand by Johnson.
Well, Gomez told me he would be extremely disappointed if this one didn't end in a knockout in his favor, but he just ate a couple of nice punches right there by Johnson as I was talking, so things are starting to get interesting here. Both fighters.
Gomez connected with that hook there, too, on the end of that combination, which slowed down Johnson. Johnson seems to be not throwing as much volume. Good fighters, you can't tell if they're rocked. 10 seconds. You can't tell if they're rocked because they keep the volume up.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh,
We got
my
one.
God.
Nice. Going to the body is Gomez right there, which is something that he promised he would do a lot of tonight. Going to go to the body, going to try to wear Johnson down, of course, because Johnson is, I guess you would say, the quicker fighter, but yet Gomez told me he's going to break that down, and he's going to get to that body, and he's going to slow him inside this ring. So let's see if that happens. We're going to go to a replay right now. We're going to check out what happens here. That's a nice right there, landing cleanly by Johnson.
And Gomez doesn't flinch. Wow, there's that little bit of check hook. It's the punch you don't see that knocks you out. And if you're accurate right there at the end of a punch and Johnson happened to have his mouth open there, it could have ended the fight. But Johnson, again, he landed and he connected. You didn't see Gomez close his eyes. You didn't see him take a step backwards.
Right.
This is the pace that Gomez wants. And if Johnson keeps it up, Johnson could end up pulling this fight off. But will his body maintain this level?
We shall see as we embark now on the 4th round here.
No touching of the gloves.
Nope, not at all.
Oh,
well, hey, you got two guys who are looking to knock each other out. So I look and right on cue, they almost tried to do it right here, right now, as I was talking.
You got a lot of people that hit hard but can't take a hard punch. Both of these guys hit hard and can take a hard punch. And they got to be in disbelief right now.
Oh, wow! Now there was a 1-2 right there.
Oh,
it definitely rocked Johnson's chin. Johnson has a good chin, as you can see, because he was just rocked right there, even though it doesn't look as if he was fazed by it at all. Look at the expression on his face. He's in deep concentration.
Gomez has the accuracy of a sniper rifle and the artillery of a machine gun because he keeps going. And Johnson's not fazed by any of it because he's coming right forward and throwing the same stuff right back at him.
Wow. As the old saying goes, you're only as good as your chin in the sport of boxing. And as we see right now, Johnson has a pretty good chin so far.
Wow. This is definitely not only one of the best boxing matches I've ever seen in my whole life, but this is probably the best round I've ever seen.
Oh, this is an explosive round. As you can, going to the body right there is Gomez.
An uppercut has got to be in the cards for one of these guys. Landing right down the middle.
Mouthpiece has come out here.
You know, whose mouthpiece? Yours?
I believe that's Johnson's. No, Gomez, I'm sorry. Gomez's mouthpiece.
Here we go.
Gomez didn't say my mouthpiece is out. He waited. That's a seasoned vet because you got to protect yourself at all times.
That is so true.
Oh, my God.
Now Johnson digging to the body, going into the rib cage right now, trying to land some shots around the liver area of Gomez. Look at, and now he's going upstairs.
Well, you feel momentum. You hit the man, his mouthpiece came out, you feel a little bit more aggression right now.
1 minute.
But if you're not ready for that, if you just zapped yourself, if you're leaning on your opponent right now, and your opponent hits like that,
my goodness. What a chin. We can't emphasize that enough that Kevin Johnson possesses because he just ate another slice of leather right there from Gomez, and Gomez has him up against the ropes right now, feinting, trying to come inside with that overhand right.
Now,
missed wildly there.
Johnson grabbed the back of Gomez and pulled him around, a little bit of grappling there.
Yep.
He's trying to win the round because right now it's anyone's round.
That's,
nice, look at that by Gomez.
A nice flurry right there. Johnson trying to get inside Gomez's head here as we end this round and let him know, hey buddy, you're not knocking me out. Although Gomez, if you ask him, that's exactly what his game plan is, and that's exactly what he's gonna stick to, and you can see it right here by, of course, like I said many times before already, the volume of punches being thrown in this particular bout. This is, in a word, eventful.
Whoever wins this next round could very well possibly be the person that wins this fight. Look at this action-packed round.
And here's some action-packed action, once again to borrow the phrase from Garrett Fertig, our ring announcer. And look at going to the body right there, a conscious effort from Johnson to dig inside to that rib cage of Gomez. And this is some good infighting here being delivered by Johnson. And of course, Gomez, I mean, my goodness, taking a lot of hard shots, but also trying to sneak in that left hand there. But, I mean, talk about two tough fighters. I mean, these guys, Joe, they not only bring it, but they can also take it.
Well, you can see a little bit of grappling here. I mean, that's what I do. You see the underhook, you see the pull.
Time.
If Gomez isn't careful out there and he allows Johnson to move his body around, he's not going to be able to land the punches that he's used to.
Yep. Fifth round is underway. Once again, this is 6 rounds, folks. So we're in the 5th round right now between Gomez and Johnson here at the Fight Dome at Caesars Entertainment's Rio, Las Vegas.
And Gomez is coming forward and forward, and his volume is still up. Johnson's throwing very quick, but not as many punches as he did in the earlier rounds.
Well, you're not going to see Gomez get on his bicycle, that's for sure. I don't even think he knows how to backpedal, to be brutally honest with you. So he's definitely going to come forward.
No,
and he said that yesterday when we spoke to him. His style is just come forward and knock people out. So let's see what happens here, because Johnson so far doing a good job with that jab, as he should.
His counters are on point right now. Johnson's not throwing the volume. He's waiting to see Gomez come in, and he's slipping off center and throwing. And he's having some good results right now. If he's able to keep this up, it might take away from Gomez's volume.
Well, that left hand of Gomez seems to be creeping downward and downward here in this 5th round. And as you can see, Johnson is able to get some nice shots, including straight left hand. He just ate a right hand there by Gomez, but answers back and counters successfully. Does Johnson? Wow, that was a nice exchange.
Halfway done with this 5th round. Both of these guys still staring straight at each other and throwing leather. Wow.
Throwing leather, and in some cases eating it for dinner here. This is exciting to watch, that is for sure.
Do you think Johnson has a little bit of an advantage with the judges being a hometown boy?
And also the fact that when he uses that jab, he is definitely able to establish his pace. And that could obviously be something that the judges are looking at. But Gomez, my goodness, just coming forward. Just, I mean, the toughness of this kid from Salt Lake City, Utah. He's just in this to win this. Look at it.
Oh, that was mean to the ribs.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop. Let him go.
And that's what he needs to do more of, in my opinion. He's got to land Gomez some more body shots.
He went to the body.
Like a downstairs, upstairs scenario you just witnessed there a couple of seconds ago. Oh, right hand there landed nice by Johnson. Oh, wow, no, he's just starting to tee off here as Johnson right in front of us here.
Here we go.
Ringside.
Yeah, don't push him around the head. Here we go.
Johnson's confidence is showing. You can see it by the look on his face.
His body position, his ability to move out of that corner and navigate Gomez into that corner was uncanny. That was amazing.
That was what we call punches and bunches, my friends. And we saw a bevy, a bastion, a cornucopia of them.
You know, Gomez is changing stance on him, too, and that seemed to get a little bit of a stop on Johnson's attack right there. I wonder if we're going to see that in this last round. I mean, that's an old boxing trick. We saw it in Rocky.
Yeah, good reference. No question about it. And it is one of those things. I mean, to switch stances is something, if you can do it and do it effectively, I would recommend every fighter does on planet Earth when they step inside the ring. And let's take a look, at a replay right now, and you see Gomez right there eating some leather, leaving that hand down, and but good defense though, blocking a lot of those punches.
Johnson did a great job there.
Yeah, he didn't eat as much leather as you can see right here in this replay as he has in previous rounds. So some decent defense here from Gomez, but
beautiful flurry by Gomez. But you were talking about the body, and then you watch Johnson move out. He pushes on the face. Are we going to see that? And then is that actually legal?
I think he was gesturing to us, letting us know.
Oh, it was nice.
He was gonna, I think it was a little showboating there, perhaps. But hey, either way, this is boxing, my friends, and you got to put on a show. And we have a show for us right now in the 6th and final round of the super lightweight contest between Johnson and Gomez. And we got 240 here left in this puppy. Go ahead.
Look at the footwork. Gomez was cutting him off so well earlier, and I wonder if he is waiting to change the stance and just unload. He knows that he's got to do something.
Well, when you look at that lead foot of Gomez, when he pops that left foot forward, you can tell he is coming in, trying to go left hand, right hand with a nice combo.
If these guys had power bars, if this was a video game, I wouldn't understand how they're both standing.
I believe we're watching a video game right now, and you at home, I hope, are enjoying this just as much as Joe Daddy Stevenson and I are. My goodness, video game-esque here in the 6th and final round. Another haymaker right there, thrown by Gomez, but nothing landing successfully.
When you see guys fight like this, you want more rounds. You know this is the last round. You know they're both bringing it, and honestly, you wonder what will happen in the other rounds, you know, and who's going to prevail. Look at Johnson, knows he needs to start picking it up.
And he's showing off that hand speed.
Wow, beautiful cutoff. Man, Tony is just an amazing referee, too, because these guys are all over the place. This is
nice crazy. Overhand right there. That's the overhand right that Gomez likes to set up and not get asleep. But
oh my God!
And he's trying to set it up right now.
It's
right here.
Friday.
Oh boy!
Wow! Oh.
Everybody here is going crazy at the Fight Dome, the Mecca of combat sports here at Caesars Entertainment's Rio, Las Vegas. The crowd is going nuts. We're going nuts. Joe Daddy and I, we're loving every doggone minute of this. I think a mouthpiece just went flying into the crowd. That'll be a souvenir. 45 seconds left here in the 6th and final round, and Gomez still looking for the knockout.
Yes. Wow, we're not the only ones spitting, guys, while we're talking either. Everyone's on their feet yelling. Wow. Low, then high, 30 seconds.
30 seconds to go. You can feel the intensity inside this arena right now.
That uppercut picked up Johnson's head.
And you saw him there gesture and say to Gomez, okay, I felt you, big fella. 15 seconds now to go here in this 6th and final round.
Beautiful. This is the best fight I've ever seen.
Landed a decent left.
Wow.
A nice sharp left hand. And it's over, folks. This fight is over. I wish there was 39 more rounds to this thing, because no one inside the Fight Dome tonight wanted to see this fight end. My goodness, we were hoping for more rounds, were we not? Oh man, 6 rounds just didn't do this fight justice. We could have had a heck of a lot more. Harken back to the days of 15 rounds.
I'm so sweaty.
My goodness, I would have loved to have seen 15 rounds of this, that's for sure.
Man, I've never been on the edge of my seat for a fight like this one. This was...
Let's take a look at some replays right now, because you know they're going to be exciting.
Gomez didn't let him tie him up and grapple him in there. He kept it a boxing match in this final round.
Yes.
He kept the volume up. And I mean, he was so accurate. Wow.
And when these fighters were going to the infighting, you notice they weren't holding each other or clinching a great deal, and I have the utmost respect for that. They are infighting the proper way, standing in the pocket and just throwing, countering, doing whatever they can, and you saw just there.
Shakes it off.
Yep, there's that's what I had mentioned earlier. Yep. Gomez definitely landed a clean one there, but of course Johnson, he was like, all right, big fella, I got you. My goodness.
I don't know.
I can't. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, as I watch this replay, it just makes me want to watch this fight another 19 times. My goodness. There was so much action in this, it even moved our ring announcer's Garrett Fertig's hair, and that's difficult to do. Garrett Fertig's hair was actually moved by all of this action. I mean, that's how many blows were being thrown and landed in this fight. Once again, a bevy, a bastion, a cornucopia, a plethora. Boy, if you like action, whew, man, I hope you enjoyed that one. And now let's go up for the much anticipated decision to this one. And when I say much anticipated, I ain't lying. Everyone's looking forward to see who's going to win this puppy. And now let's send it up to the voice of the Fight Dome, the aforementioned Garrett Fertig.
All right, boxing fans. After 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge number 1 scores the contest 59-55 for the red corner. Judge number 2 scores the contest 58-56 for the blue corner. And judge number 3 scores the contest 58-56 for your winner by split decision, Kevin Thunderstorm Johnson.
Well, there you have it. A thunderstorm rained down here tonight inside the Fight Dome at Caesars Entertainment's Rio, Las Vegas. You know, I mean, this was one of those fights where, let's be honest, I mean, a split decision is definitely one of those things I think you can live with after what we saw. But boy, I tell you, that fight right there, I would like to see more rounds of. Wow.
As a fighter, the split decision, it doesn't do you justice because it hurts. You know, it's still an L.
And we're going to take a look at some replays again. As you see, a downstairs, upstairs scenario right there. Starting off the round for Gomez, and now he has Johnson pinned up against the ropes, unloading. Johnson doing a good job there, using the shoulder, blocking some of those punches, of course, but my goodness, once again, kudos to his chin. Wow. He definitely has a darn good chin. And in the sweet science, as you saw right there, he shrugged that punch off. You have to have a good chin. And man, let me tell you something right now. Hats off to both of these fighters. I mean, this is something.
That scorecard, I mean, all those judges, you could tell what a good fight it was because it wasn't like blown out. It was a split decision. It was, and the split decisions were very close. It wasn't one-sided where you get angry.
Absolutely. All right, folks, don't you dare move a muscle. After that action you just witnessed, buckle your seatbelt because you're about to witness even more. Stay with us. We'll be right back.